You're good to go.
Okay, I will give it a minute. We start at 3 o'clock. Um, okay, I will start now. Hopefully, more people join later, or they can watch the video later as well. So welcome to this session. This is about SharePoint Starter Kit version 2. This was launched, I think, last year. Before I go on with the session, I will briefly have an overview about me. So my name is Kisla and I work as Director Consult Expert at CGI in Örebro, Sweden. You can connect with me on Twitter, LinkedIn. I have a blog post called singventures.com and a YouTube channel called SingVentures. I have not been able to post to my YouTube channel for past 2-3 months because I've been having a baby last month actually. So I've been pretty busy with that, but I plan to do it again in June sometime now. So you can subscribe to that if you are interested in watching videos related to Microsoft 65 or SharePoint or basically anything related to Microsoft 65. So yeah. So I'm gonna go through what is SharePoint Starter Kit. So if you don't know, you will get to understand it and why you should try to use it. And also I'll explain how to use it and what you will get. And then I will give a demo of the sites which are created. We are talking about SharePoint, so we will definitely create some sites, web parts, these kind of things. So I will demo it, what it is. Then I will also talk about a bit of developer kind of a thing, like how you can use it to create a provisioning mechanism for your organization. And if you have working with SharePoint 2019, that is the on-premise server version, then you can utilize some parts of it there also. So let's do it. So what it is, it's a comprehensive solution showcasing packaging, solution deployment and provisioning SPA with web parts and extensions. So there are a lot of web parts which have been created as part of this starter kit, which can inspire and guide developers and also business users to see. And it also explains how you can use Graph API in SharePoint Online, actually. So why this has been created by the best people in the field. I mean, it has been created by Microsoft people, and also some of the MVPs were involved in creating this. And you learn a lot about how you can package the solution, what should be a provisioning mechanism, what kind of a coding standard or guideline you should use, how to build modern portals. And as I said, some of the web parts actually work in SO19 as well. Uh, if you ask me, there is not a lot of reference how a SPFX or custom web parts can be created in 2019, and this is a good source to have it. Although those are coming up a lot now in the near future. I have seen a guy doing some 2019 web parts, but there is not a lot of good reference. You can always find reference for SharePoint Online, but for 2019, this is a very good reference to have it also. How and what you get. Basically, you go to GitHub. They have this is an open source project, so all the source code is available. So you can download all the source code and you can utilize it as you want. So you are not stuck in a particular solution. You can extend it how you want it. You can do whatever you want to do with the code. There is no problem. So you go to the and how one of the prerequisites is that you should be tenant admin and the tenant should be set as target release. It might have changed a bit now because a lot of features which were supposed to be target release has been released, but I would still say that you should set it as targeted release, your tenant, and app catalog should also exist, because all apps will be stored in the app catalog, and you should have PNP PowerShell installed, because it uses PowerShell, to do a lot of provisioning and list creation and those kind of things. So all these are needed. I will show you a bit about target release or app catalog, how it looks like. And PNP PowerShell is, I don't know if you have used it before, but if you haven't, you can definitely install it and use it. Now there's a new version of PowerShell, PNP PowerShell, which is available, and I think that should also work with this pretty good. Um, so what you do is you can download the source code and you can connect your any one of the site, basically your tenant, through Connect PNP, and go to the provisioning folder and then run it. The command apply PNP template starter git PNP, and what it will do is it will start. So I can show you the folder structure. Um, So this is the downloaded package, you can see, and you go to provisioning here, and you can see there is a file called starterkit on PNP. So you go to PNP PowerShell and do that, and install it, and then it will start installing it. It takes a bit of time, around 10-15 minutes, to actually install everything. So I'm not going to show this in this session, but what I can show you is a video which I had captured before. So you can see that. So you can see that I fired a command apply PNP template, um, and then this will start the process, like this, and it will start applying the template to the tenants. So basically, it actually installed 3 templates in this one, which I will show you later. If the solution is already exists, if you're doing it multiple times, if the solution already exists, it won't, override it, but it will just skip it. And then at the end, you will see a lot of things happening, like installing the list and libraries, and you should be able to, and it will also create a lot of pages, which I will show you also as well. And at the end, if all is done good, you should be able to, see a message saying that these 3 sites have been created: Contoso Electronics, Human Resources, and Marketing. So basically, as I said, there are 3 sites created, which has templates behind it also. And once that is done, your starter kit has been installed in a tenant. One thing you should understand, that you should not use directly this in your production, because it installs a lot of packages and does a lot of changes on tenant level, which might impact your production tenant. So the best is that you install it on a dev tenant or a dev or your personal tenant, and then look at it, what things you want to take it up and install it in a production. This could be a good inspiration for a demo purpose to customers or to your colleagues if you are a business user, and then you should be able to take the parts which you want to take it to your production tenant. So don't install it on production directly. I don't think that should be a recommended thing to do for anybody actually right now. So let's go to the. So as I said, once you do the installation and everything, you get 3 site collections, a portal, and a couple of team sites. What it has actually is 16 custom web parts. So you get a bunch of web parts which can be used by you in your production. If you want to install, it actually allows you that you can just install particular web parts also. So you don't have to install and everything there. And you also get 4 extensions like footer and those kinds, which I will show you later in my demo. So if you want to install, so let's have again look at this one. You can see we have the solution here. Sorry, in the source here, and we have all the folders. Actually, we have different kind of solutions like React, personal, animal, email, task, contacts. So all these are actually web parts which can be installed individually or as part of the complete starter kit. So if I go to any one of these, we will have you have the individual source code for also each of the web parts. So you can take the individual web part and then extend it as you want it because the source code is available with you, or you can use it individually also. And if you go to SharePoint, you will have the solution and the package. And this is the package which should be installed in the app catalog, and then it is available for everyone to do it. And I have done it, and it works right away. You don't have to do any changes if you want to just use it the same way it is. Of course, if you want to change it, then you can open it in your Visual Studio Code, and then you can edit the files you need to, and then you can have a new package created for yourself. So that was, and that is how the starter kit actually is built. That you have a source folder where you have all the source code for all the web parts we have, and then of course you can either use it individually, or this will be uploaded in your app catalog once you fire the earlier command which I showed you. So let's look into some aspects of of the app catalog. So I want to show you the app catalog actually. So let's see. So I will go to the admin. So I thought that I had already opened it, but that's not correct. I will go to SharePoint. So the app catalog is not available in the modern interface. So if you click open, it will go um, to a classic one. At least it was used to do it like. And if you go to app catalog, you will see all the apps which are part of this are also uploaded once the command has run successfully. So you go to apps for SharePoint and you will see all the apps which are there, So all these like React site information, client side solution, visited sites, all those are actually part of the starter kit and are already there also. And a lot of web parts actually which are built here can actually also work on Microsoft Teams because they are built in a way that it can be added to Microsoft Teams. So that's also information you should be aware. So if you want to uh, have the app running as a tab in your Microsoft Teams, you are allowed to do it in most of the web parts which have been given as part of the starter kit as well. So, and if you want to set your um, if you want to set your uh, tenant as the targeted release, what you need to go is in the main admin center, you go to settings, org settings, and organization profile, and you will see here release preferences. And here you can see target release for everyone. And this is, I think, the recommended thing you should do before you install the starter kit. Otherwise, it will fail. You should have an app catalog there, and you should be a tenant admin to do this. Otherwise, it will also fail. And you will not be able to completely push all the things. So let's go back to our slides now. So now I will demo you all the three site collections we have created. So once that is done, the main site is created. Along with that, you can also see the um, other sites as well. So I will refresh this actually, and it will load. So this is a portal which has been created. You can think this as an intranet portal for your organization, which has some two menus here, two global navigations. They use a communication side actually. And then you can see there are web parts which have been created, like latest emails. You can see the emails for the current user who is logged in, what is the upcoming meeting, if there are tasks assigned to the user, time at different offices, like I have configured it to make it for Orbro, Canada is the CGI headquarter for the company which I work. and Redmond is like the default given by Microsoft. Weather app, and all these apps are actually available either out of box or are part of your starter kit. So you can imagine that once you have built this, or once you have installed this, you see a very good lively portal created, and this can be really used as a demo for your organization to showcase them what features you can have in SharePoint. So you don't have to build so many proof of concept web parts to showcase to them. So this is a very good example to show the capability of SharePoint, what it can do, and a lot of things can be really used. Anywhere in any organization. So you can see we have my recent sites, my recent documents, news, tasks, upcoming meetings, email, icons for weather, news articles here. This is hero links, which is given by default. Then we have the footer also here. You can see the footer goes up and down. You can also edit, and add some links for yourself which you want to go. So all these are actually available, out of box, not out of box, but as part of the starter kit. You can see, and so the other two sites which are created are the department sites. So if I go to human resources, so that's a site also, and this is very a basic team site which has been created. So I don't think we have a we have a customized site, but you can see we still have the footer here, which is a bit different from the other footer we saw. Contacts, legal policy. So if you click here, it will go to the. So it is a link which is not working, but you can put a link which is working for your organization. So what I'm trying to say here is that when you install Starter Kit, you get 3 sites to showcase to anybody, and you can get inspired from this to understand how it works. You can look at the code, as I showed you before, like the code is available for you to, use it. And let's go back to organization. And if we go to department marketing this time, and it is same. It's not much difference from here, but I just want to show that. So there are two aspects to it. One is that all the goodies you get about the web parts and everything, and also you understand how you can provision to create 3 sites automatically from your code. If you want to learn that also, that is a possibility as well to be done. And then there is a page called personal page, which is also created as part of this starter kit. And this is a page like where you can see your stuff, like your email, followed sites, what documents you have been, editing, recent sites, upcoming meetings, your contacts. So all this can be, be given as a demo to your customer or to your, different other colleagues, in organization, if you want to do that. So that was all about all the 3 sites we have got. So let's go back to my slide. Now let's talk about provisioning. Uh, Provisioning is something which is used to provision sites, lists, libraries in SharePoint. It's a it's a method which has been used in different ways in a lot of organizations. Some people want to automate it. Some people want to, have a like an end user experience that you go to a site and you make a request, and then it should provision the site automatically. So what happens in the back is that they are running a PowerShell to, customize the provisioning mechanism, and also what kind of a template is needed. Let's say you have a template in organization. By default, you need a document library, you need a task list, you need certain pages to be created automatically. You want some list to be created automatically. So how to do that? So that is what you can also learn from starter kit. And what you need to do is you need to edit the starterkit.xml under the file source template, which I will show you, and then you just save it as a PNP file, and then run it with apply PNP template, and then it will, apply your changes or your template will be created and uploaded to SharePoint and install it. So let's have a look into the code bit. So as I showed you before, the folder structure is pretty simple, that you have a source, solution, package, and all this. In the source itself, we have um, a folder called templates. In that, we have a file called starterkit.xml, which I'm there right now. And this is the file which is used to provision the current three sites I showed you. Okay, so if you want to provision only one site or more sites, or you want to make changes like, okay, instead of this image, some other image should be uploaded, or some more pages has to be created, this XML can be made a copy and then you can install it also. So what you do is that you can understand this XML, how it is configured. I'm going to go on a bit of overview of this so you understand the possibilities. And in terms of possibility, I would say that anything is possible here. I mean, they have written a huge XML with a lot of features, a lot of options which you can explore. So for the first is that you decide what kind of names of the site should be, and you can change it here, stock symbol or the language, all those. And then if your code need, or if you want to have permissions set for your code to be in the formats of graph, you can actually do that here also. So you can imagine that if you are going to create a provisioning mechanism for your organization, and you want that every time you want that this API permission should be available to you, you can use this. Then this year we are mentioning what apps will go to the catalog, and you can see the paths have been given to each. So let's say you want to install only 3 or 4 apps, then you can change the here, and only those apps will be created. Site script is where we write what kind of parameters we will give to the what kind of a template will be used. So you can see that team site template is used and the communication. So the portal we used was the communication site, and the other 2 department sites were actually the team site, right? Then we have then we will create here the this is for just for reference, but if you want to create term stores in your provisioning mechanism, so how you write it like this: term store, term group, term sets. And you can imagine that if you want to do this through CSV, you have to create a CSV and all, but this can be done through XML, and you input whatever values you needed. So if you want to learn how to write the terms to be provisioned along with your team site or the sites you want to provision, this is the way to write it. So similarly, we have different example for installing a link. So this is a PNP portal footer links, which was created, and that's from where the footer links were coming. So all those can be provisioned. So you learn that also, and field names, how to add a list and all the columns along with the list. So how to do that, this will be here. Then we have the themes, what themes you want to use. So all those can be, and what navigation. You can see we had the navigation, who we are, or our company. So if you want your navigation to be provisioned instead of the defaults one which you're given, you can just come and edit this nodes and it will work. I had tried all this and it works pretty smooth. There are no problems as such actually. Then if you want to create some fields, side fields, which are not part of a particular list or library, but you want to install it on global level, then you can also do like this. So you can imagine that all those things which you generally do in a provisioning mechanism can be just input it in an XML file like this, and this will provision. And so this you can learn how to provision, and that's a great way to do it also. Content types, similarly, client-side pages. So if you want to create different pages in your organization through provisioning in a site, you can use this, how to write the JSON, what kind of the title, and all those can be done from here. So let's go a bit, and because those are all pages, and you can also see that we are not only creating pages, but we are also adding different controls over it. So you take the ID, you tell what is the order and where it should be, and then it is there. That is how it should work. what kind of a sections you want to have on the client side page, 3 column, 2 column. So all those can be done in this XML. Then these all for pages sections. And this is where we are entering the names of the page and also the what kind of an image it will take. So all those are part of part of the provisioning mechanism. If you want to create articles, and you want to promote it, that could also be done along this. And if you want to have some custom actions in like portal footer, return redirect alerts, all those can be used provisioned through this, and how you want to write it, it's all here. So in a nutshell, I would say that this XML can be used, or this way of provisioning mechanism can be used in your organization to provision sites. You can definitely learn how to do this if you haven't done this before. It's very simple. You just take a correct XML and fire the command, as I had said to you before. Um, that you edit the starter kit.xml and read the PNP template, and then you just fire the command, and then it will work. And I already gave you a demo of the source code, that it is under the templates. And if you want to see all the solutions we have here, you can actually go to the individual source code and have a look. This is the extension, so we will have the extension here created, and this is the source code is available for you to understand how it works, and you can of course extend it as you need it in your organization actually. So SharePoint 2019. So the apply PNP template command, which we used to provision all the sites and the packages, is actually not available in 2019. It really doesn't work right now. So what you can do is you can but install the individual apps like a banner or followed sites or links, people. So these are the things which will work in 2019. And I think they have added few more like portal footer. Footer are actually also available in 2019 now. Um, um, but what you need to do is very simple. You go to the source of any ones which is available, and you go to SharePoint solution, take the package and install it on 2019. I have a 2019 server. Probably I can show you. So let me bring it up. Just give me 1 minute. I think it got closed somehow, but I can bring it up. So this is a SharePoint 2019 server, actually, which you are looking at right now. This is created in Microsoft Azure, so it's not on-prem server really, but it's running as an on-prem server. For organization, you can actually run on-premise SharePoint in cloud like Azure, and that's what I have done. And this is for a demo, so it doesn't have any live data as such. But what you need to do if you want to make it work in SharePoint 2019, some parts of it, what you can do, you can go to Manage App Catalog from your central admin, and then you should be able to upload the files here as you do normally. So let's go here. And it runs a bit slow. I mean, this is a demo server. It doesn't work pretty fast. I have limited the CPU and the memory in this because it's used for my purpose actually. And if you go to Ask for SharePoint, you will be able to see whatever. So I have uploaded only two, like the weather app and the tile app. So if I go to SharePoint 2019 site, this is a SharePoint 2019 site actually. And here you will see This is modern in SharePoint 2019. Of course, the modern for SharePoint 2019 is not as modern as SharePoint Online, but it has some parts working. So you can see the useful tools I have installed from the starter kit, and it works here. So basically, it's a tile web part, where you specify, configure the tiles, and like which app, which links you want to add. Uh, So you can see it comes up here, and similarly you can. So as I said, there are a bunch of apps which can actually work with 2019 as well. What you do is you can take it from there and install it on SharePoint 2019 app catalog, and then it will be available for you. You know, um, One thing is that if you encounter any issues in installing anything, or you have some questions around it, you can of course come to me also. But the best is that you can go to the GitHub link, which I can open actually. And here is the source code and a very good explanation of all the features it has. It has explained a lot of, you can see the list of apps we have, all the code we have for it. And it also says what works in SharePoint 2019 and what works in only SharePoint Online also. And if you have any issues, you can always log issues here. And sometimes I think they generally answer it and try to fix it for you. Otherwise, at least they will guide you, like at least they will guide you how you can fix it also. Um, so that is about the GitHub. Like if you want to log issues, and I had some issue in the beginning, and I had logged it here, but I was able to solve on my own. But they also come up with some solutions as well. So, and I have a blog post related to this also in very detailed, which you can actually refer to, which I will also bring up. Maybe it's already open somewhere. Should check it. Yeah. So you can see I have a blog post here also, which explains all the things I mentioned today as well. But it has all the steps, all the demo, all the videos which you will get it, like all the sites which you have also been stored as videos, so you can have a look. And and whatever issue I faced also, it is also logged here. So if you encounter the same issue, you can actually come here and see also. Um, yeah. Okay. So let's go back to slides now. And if you want some reference, as I said, you can go to the GitHub. There's a nice article on developermicrosoft.com also about it. And there is a video from Eric Overfield, um, and he explains more about the provisioning mechanism. So if you want to go into much details of the provisioning mechanism, then you can also look into this YouTube video, which explains how you can edit the starter kit XML and how you can create your mechanism out of the SharePoint starter kit actually. So that's a great video if you want to have a look. And of course, I have my blog, as I mentioned to you also, which you can refer before. I don't know if you have any. I think there are only two people in the call, but I don't know if you have any questions. Okay, I assume no. Um, Thank you, and connect with me on Twitter, LinkedIn if you want. I'm available if you need some help with the starter kit, or if you have any questions related to any other Microsoft 365 thing. So, yeah, thanks for today. Thank you. Bye.